line of a line of grass carp. Right, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. All the cars loaded. Gary's coming. Gary and Armin are turning up in a van any minute now, and we'll be heading off to Dover. Like 2 hours drive to Dover, and then jump on the ferry. There you go. There he is. So they finally turned up half an hour late. Here he is, look. What time do you call this? Half an hour late?
Oi, if you said 4 o'clock, I could have had another half hour in bed, you tosser. You French tosser. French time. English time is like on time. Not the nearest hour.
And off we go. Off to Dover.
Congratulations.
So we're on the ferry and we're about to do the draw. You can see the tension.
Oh, right.
You always pick out last.
Number 1. 2, 3, 4. Oh, here's Sean's. Here's mine. This is Sean. Go back to your mummy, Sean. Edit.
But Sean was my cousin who bailed on us last minute for some reason. We don't know why, but that's it.
Like to verify 1, 2, 3, 4. Would you like to,
Dad, can you check the bag?
It stamps what the stamp is, mate.
I hate doing this draw.
Gary's
come out last.
Gary's to pull first.
I'm not going to draw. I'll have whatever's left.
This is stitch.
Are they weighted? So you know which one's the
The
lightest?
same.
Go on, Gary.
I'll go for...
He's feeling like
No, don't, no, hey. No cheating.
Number 1.
Ooh. That's why you're number 1.
It's better. I normally get number 4 or 5.
What is he doing?
I can't get it.
6.
It's the wrong bag, isn't it?
Number 4.
Ooh.
Oh, I finally drawed out last place.
2 or 3 for you and me.
Number 2.
Number 3.
So, in order.
Number 5. Jog on.
Yeah, jog on.
Number 1,
Number 1.
number 2, number 3, and me,
Number 3.
4th, unfortunately. So what were you saying?
I was saying you're beautiful, Billy. I love your tattoos.
He was just. So the last 4 times that we've been, I've caught the biggest fish, and he was saying that there's no method into singling out bigger fish in carp fishing whatsoever. It's just pot luck. All the campaigning work that I've done for big fish, nothing. I was just there at the right time.
The 100 kilos you put in over 2 months, are you telling me that your big carp was the only one to go into your swim and eat that 100 kilos? No. Other fish came into that swim and ate bait as well. You just turned up on the right day, the right time, right cast to catch that big one. You hadn't designed for that. It was just pot luck.
So if I was fishing down there, if I turned up and fished down on a completely different area, I never would have caught it ever. It's never fed down that bottom of the lake. But other people fish there. But it's only because I found that out.
Yeah, but you fished in the right place.
Yeah, because by design.
But other times, has that lump been in that swim? No.
It's where it hangs out.
Then why hasn't other people caught it then?
Because it's such a small spot, people just haven't found the spot. It's only a small
You're the
sandy
only
area.
person. You're like the finder of spots.
I am, yeah.
It's pot luck.
The finder of spot.
Alchimedes. What's the other bloke called? Danny Fatass. It's pot luck. You just put in the time, and the more time you put in, you're eventually going to fucking catch. If I could put in 60 hours a week, I'd be catching fucking vegans all the time.
So you're saying that if you've got a
It's the cider talking. We haven't even got there.
so
yet.
if you've got a rig, so if you're just say if we're fishing at Roe Deer and if you're just fishing 2 grains of corn in a solid bag, you think you've got just as much chance catching a 60 pound than you have if you're using a chod rig or a multi rig off the 3 inches off the bottom, trying to single out a bigger fish.
Yes. What? Are you telling me 60 pounders haven't been caught by 2 grains of plastic corn before?
Yeah, I'm saying they have.
Well, what's the point? What's your point then?
Because
You ain't got one.
Because the
You
little
just
ones are easier
own
to take that.
Own goal.
It's
You
not
just
own
fucked
goal.
up. Your own argument. It's
No.
potluck, mate. This interview is now over.
So we are out on the road. We're in France, but we're about 2 hours drive away from the lake itself. What's it called, this road? A26. So we're on the A26 for 2 hours. We pull off at junction 14, round 2 roundabouts, and we're there. So nice and easy trip. I just had to phone up EE, and I got myself a data pack installed, so I'll be on the phone and social media and all the rest of it, uploading stuff. And it's the weather for this week is absolutely shocking. It's going to be pissing it down. So we will see how it goes. We did the draw, as you can see. I came out 4th. The first time I've come last ever, so I'm a bit gutted about that, to be fair, but this is life. And me and my dad are double up. He's going to go second, so I've got really, admittedly, second choice. So we will see where it goes. And we're just about to get our little toll road ticket. Couple of that. We're going to stop in the supermarket first and get some bits and bobs, and then go to the lake. And hopefully, try and at least get the bivvy up or the brolly up in the dry. At least. Otherwise, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But it's not looking good, I must admit. The weather is not good at all. What do you got to say?
Get the ticket, please, mate.
I am going to get the ticket. What have you got to say for yourself? So you've got to take your seatbelt off.
How you doing?
Hi.
You alright? The lake looks nice, doesn't it? I like it when it's like this.
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard to catch some.
Nah.
Um,
You think it's harder?
yeah, I'm sure of it. I've never seen that before. It's the first time.
It's really up high, isn't it?
Yeah, normally this is a water level for winter.
Yeah.
So I think the fish are a little disturbed. They don't know what's happened. Last year was very hard. Last week was very hard for them.
Yeah, I saw they only caught a few.
Yeah, just a few, but only the first day. Nothing after that.
Really?
Sold them fish on that report's first day.
Happens.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not going to happen again, Husey.
Yeah, and I think.
But it was like when we came. Do you remember we was here in November? October. Well.
Yeah, it was end of October. It was
And
low.
It was low. It's the lowest I've ever seen it. It was
Yeah.
very low.
October is the lower level.
Yeah.
And it starts to go up at the beginning of October, but this year it starts to go up middle of May, so the fish don't know what's happened.
Normally, that would mean a lot of water means good for the fishing. Normally, but like I say, they might be a little bit confused. Have they
Yeah,
finished spawning
yeah.
now?
Yeah, they think they are finished spawning, but they don't feed
Well, they should
anything.
be on the munch, shouldn't they?
Walking round the first walk round to decide who's fishing what. This is the part. It's a private swim. All the pressure is on this man's shoulders. The lake is up the most I've seen it. It's all flooded really, which is nice. Thoughts so far, Gary?
It's looking good in my swim I'm thinking about, but
He won't tell us what it is.
not yet.
Surfboard.
I'll be going out there with my little bucket. Just doing a little sprinkle.
Probably tip your bucket over on the first thing and
Yeah, I'll
ruin
end
all
up
your
going in
bait.
10 kilos straight and fucking where I don't want it.
Oh, the wood pile and this one's all ready to go.
We're coming round to one of the most popular swims on the lake, the Highbury Corner, as we've nicknamed it. Scumbag Corner, more like. You've got access to the bay and the island from this swim, and it's there's a lot of fish in that bay at all times. It's much shallower, less weed.
Because the water's so up, it's cutting you off actually from the bay.
No, you can still get to the bay with the boat, I guess. What a mug uncle. Coming round to swim. What is this swim now called?
Well, this was originally 1 and
1-2, but it's changed now.
It's changed.
Yeah, I was putting the lead out to the island. You haven't got much casting space now, to be fair.
The casting's a bit iffy. You have to go right down.
And I was fishing to the island.
Oh, you've got plenty of casting, yeah.
Still, I could still put a lead to the island. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 100 yards.
Yeah.
I will go straight to the island though, myself.
Looks a long way now, that island, doesn't it?
Nah, it's 100 yards. Water looks fairly clear.
We're just waiting for you to get slapped around the head.
First fish of the trip, nice 21, angry, absolutely muscle-packed common. It is just the angriest fish I think I've ever caught. One of the best battles I've ever had from a carp, that's for sure. Oh, bloody hell. I've already done this side. This fish, the pest. I knew it was going to beat me up.
She is gone.
Yeah, she wanted to go a long time ago. Bloody hell. I've never been so beaten up by a fish.
Yeah, I know.
Right, welcome back to Big Girl Hunters. Let's just start things off. It has absolutely been a nightmare. We got her yesterday, I don't know, about 1 o'clock. You know, we was walked around about 3 or 4 times trying to find a swim. I came out last in the draw. Gary came first. He always comes last, so he came first for once, which was good for him. And he actually went in the swim just to the right over there, and which was my number one choice, to be fair. Same as my uncle, or my cousin rather, last November, October time. So I was a little bit gutted about that. So, my uncle decided to drop in next to him. So, and my dad dropped, and so my dad was number 2, and he decided to drop in into the swim that I normally, the swim that I fished a lot. Swim 1 and 2, or it's changed names now. I don't know. It's maybe D or swim E. I don't even know what it's called yet. I'll find out for you later. So we doubled up in here, and then the heavens opened us on us, and it was a storm. And I kid you not, in all my years of fishing, I've never set up or had to set up in worse conditions in my whole life, and it just pissed it down the whole day. I did manage to get the rods out. You see, we had that 20. It's just been an absolute. No, I've never. Basically. So what's happened? We've woke up this morning. My old man's moved right round to a new swim. Gary's moved because basically there's on a bit of a slope and there's loads of clay there, and it's just turned into a slide. And they couldn't fish there, so they've had to move swims. So they've moved completely the other end of the lake, 2 swims over there. they've got one and then another swim next to each other, and so that's what's happened really. So I'm left in this swim by myself. So this is probably my second choice. And so there's not a lot of fish. Well, there's a few fish boshing out over me last night, but like I say, last week did the worst week that this lake's ever done. The guys only caught like 3 fish each, or something like that. It's a terrible week, really. Only 140 came out. They spawned the week before, and it's just been dead. And the water's up. It's flooded here. It's been rain in France, and the water's the highest it's ever been since the guys owned the lake. So you're sliding around. It's muddy. It's just an absolute nightmare. And we're mid-June. It's just not how it should be. But that is fishing. So what I'm doing, I'm fishing out. I found I found a harder spot, and then I found a nice little weedy spot because the weeds cleared up a little bit, probably because of depth of water. 18.5 wraps out. So I've got 2 rods over that way, load of nutcracker and spicy red over it. And what I'm fishing, I'm going to go back to put the rods out again because I brought them in this morning just to kind of just gather thoughts and help people move and stuff. So really I've not even been fishing much. So on this one I've got a helicopter. It's like a drop-off system. It's one of the quarter ones, and using a little choddy because over my weed, I'm presenting this over a big bed of weed, which is why I've got that set. I mean, I've got that set like that because it's not huge, but it's quite a wide bed, but it's probably about that tall. But the fish have been boshing over it, so you got to fish where the fish are, basically. That's a little yellow pop-up. It's a nutcracker pop-up, but I've glugged it in the yellow stuff, so it's kind of like a nice sort of pale yellow, not bright yellow, fruity smell. So that's on one rod. The other rod, again, so this one is a nutcracker pink pop-up. Again, I've glugged it up, and that's on a multi-rig. That's just going to sit right, and this is just off a wee bed on a slightly harder patch of like chalky gravel. So it's going to sit tight. That's why I've gone for the multi, because it's a bit tight. There's probably a few debris bit of weed, which is why I've gone for the pop-up. So that will sit. I mean, I've used this rig over big beds of weed anyway. It will sit over there nicely. And then on the third, this one's fished in a little bit closer. So this one is about, I think it's about 14 wraps. I can't quite remember. I have to write down on my notepad. I think it's 14 wraps. And again, it's just, I found another little weed bed. They really like the weed in here, so I'm fishing kind of just on the weed bed. It's not quite as deep weed, but so I'm fishing a hinge rig over that. So I'm just kind of giving them a couple of options. 3 different colours, fairly similar presentations. They're all pop-ups. I mean, the choddy and this is very similar. The multi I'm fine with. I don't really care. I know they'll take that as just basically like a bottom bait just off the bottom, but trying to give them a different option. That's just a nutcracker white one. That's been glugged up still. Oh, big into my glugging, me. So yeah, I'll get them out. And hopefully I can get some recording done and actually make something of this week, because at the moment, you know, I've gone with my uncle, my dad and Gary and some other people. I've been doing this French fishing all my life, and this is the worst I've ever seen a bunch of lads. I've never seen some people so depressed on the first day. We got here yesterday, obviously the first night, and it's just, my uncle did have a 24 common as well, out of the mudslide swim, and I'll show you that swim later. But for now, this is today is sunny, cloudy, windy. So you see it's quite windy. I've got the wind pushing in me, and then it's torrential weather, rains for the next 2 days. And then, so like I say, the weather is bad, and this place fishes. It's not like the lakes in England. A storm, warm southwesterly winds, loads of rain, really cloudy. It doesn't fish very well. It likes it flat, calm, and hot on this lake for some reason. I don't know why. Different country, maybe different carp. But yeah, they seem to really like it hot in here. So the sun's out. I'm gonna go get these out, and hopefully I can nick a bite on the first day. Hopefully a lump. And while everyone's fussing around, I can get my spots going, start building up the boilie, and make something of this holiday. Because at the moment it's doom and gloom. See if I can turn it around. See if I can turn that frown upside down. So tight lines. Right, so I just had this one, my first bigger one of the trip. I had 18 last night. Now this one is at 28.12. Nailed it on a little chod rig with a nutcracker pink pop up over a load of nutcracker and spicy red fish. And yeah, it's totally spawned out. It's the time they only spawned last week, so or the week before. Got some lovely scales on it. Hoist them up one more time, and yeah, we'll get it back. Hopefully, we can get amongst some of the big girls. Right, just gonna get her back. One more hoist up for you. She is 28 pounds. Probably would normally be a 30, but that's what we get, and we'll get her back. Nice one. Oh. Rain, rain, and more rain. Constant fucking rain. It's not barely stopped. It's only really stopped raining for like an hour when we were setting up, or wide for me to get my brolly up, and then when I caught that 27. Well, it stopped raining for a little bit. It's like mere like 10-15 minutes worth of, and then it's just been hours on end. I mean, it's now, what's the time? 6 o'clock on Monday. The football's in a few hours, and it rained all last night and all day, and it hasn't stopped for not even a minute. Mudslide. Well, hopefully, looks like the weather's going to wash out and ruin this holiday, but we'll see what happens.
Easy.
What's the score going to be, Gal?
2-0 England.
2-0 England. Goal scorers?
Vardy first one.
Yeah.
I reckon Wilshere in second.
Well, dude, 2-0 the same. I'd go for Sturridge and Wiltshire. Goal scorers.
Sturridge and Wiltshire, nice. Dad?
What?
How many goals? And scorers?
0-0.
Now, come on, play the game.
3-0 England.
3-0. I've gone 3-1, put a bet on it. 2 goals Vardy, 1 Sturridge.